Nathan Cox here, talking toilet repairs. I've been going through a lot of different parts of the toilet. I've done the flapper so far and the fill valve, but we need a supply line too. So a lot of you guys have seen these here. There's a lot of different supply lines out. You've got the nylon tubes, and you have the old metal ones, and you've got the vinyl braided hose, and then the steel braided reinforced hose. Now these guys are great. I really like them. I know they're not the cheapest things in the world, but I feel that they work great and they solve a lot of problems that a lot of people have with leaks. Now, take some confusion out. I know a lot of people, they'll get these and then they'll wrap the threads either on the toilet or on the supply line, or the shutoff valve for the supply line. They'll wrap it with the Teflon tape. And that's not necessary with this. The reason why, and I'll show you guys in a close-up pop-up over here, is that this is really like a hose. And as you can see, from one end and then the other, there are rubber washers in there. So just like a hose, you don't need to wrap the outer threads. And actually, if it gets past this washer area, that Teflon tape's not really going to help you at all. The thing to note is that the plastic nuts, like this one here that goes onto the toilet fill valve, is really designated as a hand tighten only, while this one here, the metal nut, hand tighten and then a quarter turn with a wrench. Remember, there are rubber washers here, so snug them up, make sure they're not leaking, but don't cram them on or you're just going to rip the washers up. That's all you end up accomplishing if you over tighten them. I've used both these and the braided nylon hose. They both work great. These stainless steel braided ones are a little bit nicer. I do prefer them, and now that the price difference is very small, then these are my highest recommended line. Another note too, there's got a lot of different lengths, and I've done a lot of repairs on houses. I worked for a rental company that had almost 200 homes. I would stock these in our van, and I would almost always just stock the 20-inch length. Even though you've got I know that I think there's an 8-inch, a 12-inch, I think there's a 16 and a 20, roughly. Different stores will have different ones. I've almost always gone with the 20, this being why. If you use one of the shorter ones, they're not as flexible, and if it's a little bit longer than it needs and you try to make that bend so it'll stick, it really doesn't like it. These ones here, if you have a lot of extras, say that the shutoff valve is real close to the toilet, you can just do this with them like that. I just find that having the 20-inch length is much more versatile. You go to the store, it'll fit almost every application, and I find that it just works better overall, whether the space is much closer together or you need the full 20 inches. Anyways, this is a quick, simple video on this. I hope that gives you some insights on supply lines. It's a very important thing to have a good supply line on your toilet, because you don't want it to start leaking, especially if you take off for the weekend or vacation and come back to a flooded bathroom. So please take a look at your supply lines, make sure they're not rusting. If they're rusting or corroding at the ends, then it's leaking a little bit. Check it out, replace it if it's necessary. If you like this video, please share it. You can follow along on my Facebook page, and please subscribe to my channel. Thanks again.